Let's fucking record.
Alrighty. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this next episode of the Cole and Austin podcast. Here we go again. Cole Strasburg.
Austin McKenzie.
And first off, we're going to talk a little bit about Biden's gun speech. This is going to be fun.
Since you're more of a gun guy.
Yeah, this will be a controversial one. Anyway, well, as you know already, Austin, I got my concealed pistol license, my concealed gun carry. I can carry that thing not everywhere I want, but, you know, I know some of the rules about it. They gave me a little booklet and a pamphlet that I kind of skimmed over, so I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You skimmed over it like your driver's test.
Yeah, basically.
That little pamphlet they give you.
Honestly, my driver's test, I passed the driving part like almost 100%, failed the written twice. I had to do that one 3 times. So good thing there's not a test with this whole gun laws and whatnot.
Damn, dude.
Anyway, so some of the things that I just wanted to point out while I was kind of like listening to parts of that speech was the part where he talks about, well, if you go into a store, you have to have a background check. But if you go to a gun show, you can just buy a gun and walk out of there with it. And it's like, that's partially true. That's partially not true. And
so why do you think that's okay for them to go to a gun show and buy it?
Well, I personally...
And not walk into a store and be able to buy one without a background check.
Well, personally, I think everyone, I don't think you should be able to do that. I support guns and all that kind of gun, freedom of right to bear arms and whatnot, but, I think there should be some pretty strict laws about it. Everyone needs to be background checked no matter what. I don't care if you're at a gun show or whatnot. So let me back up real quick. The reason why part of it's not true and part of it is true is because if you're an FFL, a federal firearm license dealer, you can, if you're one of those and you're at a gun show and you're trying to sell a gun, then the person does have to go through a background check. But if you're just a private dealer, a private seller that just goes in there, wants to sell a gun or two out of your collection just to get rid of them, not necessarily hey, I'm trying to burn and turn guns to make a profit, then you can just sell it to you could walk up to me, I could give you a gun, you could give me money, we could go our separate ways, call it good. And that's where it is kind of true. You can do that. But if you're going in there and you're selling 20, 30 guns as just a guy, hey, they're going to start raising questions. You can't just do that for profit, you know? You can't just be it'd be like literally being a drug dealer, but with guns. Just being a gun dealer.
So you'd just be an arms dealer.
Yeah, you can't just do that in your off time.
Yeah, that's pretty illegal, so.
So that's where, it's partially true because, yeah, a private person can go in there and sell a gun or two, but it's partially not true because if you're an actual FFL, you can't just go to a gun show and buy a gun from them and walk out with it. You still have to get that background check.
So what do you find that's, What
do I believe necessarily?
What do you...
I think that if you're going to buy a gun, you should go through a background check. There should be some sort of mental health check sort of thing. I mean, background check on that, I guess. I guess that would be part of your background check.
How do you check that, though?
Check to see if that person's ever been put into a loony bin or a psych ward or something, been checked into one of those.
So what you're saying is you're just checking to see if a person's been in a mental hospital or not?
Well, I mean, obviously their the background check is to see if they're a criminal. The mental health check, just to make sure they're not a Looney Tune. They're not just a crazy person. Because
so how do you do that though? Is there a standardized test, or are you gonna kill somebody and they're no, and they're okay?
Well, I guess at this point, well, I'm not a big company. I don't know how. I know. But I guess. I don't know, you would have to, that would probably be part of the background check then at that point is see if they've ever been checked into one of those kind of places, like a mental institution. And if not, I don't know. I mean, they do ask you questions when you go to buy a gun, but I'm not going to lie. When I went and purchased my handgun, it was pretty much are you crazy? No. Have you ever owned a gun? No. What do you plan on doing with this? Just conceal carrying it. Okay. Is this your address? Yes. All right, cool. sign here, and that's about it. It was like not very intensive. So I think it needs to be, you know, a little more intense than that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that, I don't know, I went in there and when I bought my gun, the guy told me, he's like, have you been living at this resident for at least 90 days? And I had just flipped over my address because I had moved home from Ellensburg going to college to living with my dad. And so I hadn't been, but I was like, well, technically I just moved and I'm living with my dad. And he just looks at me and he goes, have you been living at this resident for at least 90 days? And I was like, yes, I have. And he's like, all right, sounds good. And he just keeps typing up on the computer. So it's like, dude, come on. Like,
yeah, but in your case, you were living there for 90 days.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is like,
I know
he
you're
doesn't
saying
know
that,
anything about me.
No,
I could be just some crazy psycho killer lunatic, and he has not a clue. And he's like, yeah, I'll just hook this guy up. He seems like a normie.
Okay, so then, ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's right. Big cough. So how do you go about it then?
Make sure that people are trained.
Because you know that people are gonna go freaking nuts when you start making up new laws for how you can
anything that revolves around guns and having tighter restrictions.
It's a little touchy. It's a little touchy.
People don't like that, but I personally, as a gun owner myself, believe that we should have a little tighter gun restrictions.
I'm with you on that.
That being said, I think it should be easier to get like suppressors and whatnot because it's a lot of money and a lot of paperwork and BS you got to jump through. But that's just because I want to get one and they're really expensive.
So why do you need a suppressor though? That's like the shit that people ask.
Yeah.
It's because like, why does a guy who's literally just carrying a gun for protection need a silencer now all of a sudden?
Because if I go to the gun range and I want to shoot it for fun, it sounds cool.
Yes, but
and then I don't have to put, well,
how many people in today's world are going to believe that this dude just wants to buy a silencer because it sounds cool?
Probably not a lot.
All right.
That's the problem, though, is like, that's where it gets confusing because, like, I know me. I know my friends. We would want to get those because they're fucking cool and they're just neat. And it's like, look at this pistol that I got that matches the one that I play in Call of Duty. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of a douchey thing to say, but it's just sort of like, hey, I get to play with whatever gun that I want in the world, basically, on these video games. It's kind of cool to have one that sort of replicates that in real life and be able to go to the gun range and shoot it. So it's like, if I can slap a 17-round mag or like a 33-round mag in my handgun and then put a suppressor on it, be like, dude, this gun's really cool looking, and then I could shoot it at the range, like, pew, 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 pew. Like, that's super cool, you know?
All right, well.
So that's where, like, I think it's cool, but then you know there's the crazies out there that are like, I want a suppressor so that I could be the lunatic that sits at the Mandalay Bay and down in Vegas when that shooting happened, and he can just be like, pew, pew. And, like, obviously it's a lot louder than that. People are still going to hear it, but, like, with a loud-ass concert like that going on, maybe not. They might not hear it over all the other activities and whatnot. Some guy just sitting in a window picking people off left and right.
That's brutal, dude.
I know, right? I get it. I get both arguments because I am on one side of it that I want one, but I also understand the other side of it where it's like can be super freaking dangerous.
Wow. Especially when you got a guy waving his head up and down.
Yeah, especially when he's like,
just fucking say what
I'm asking you a question.
What I'm doing, yes.
Yeah, exactly. See, so you kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there. It's a real catch-22.
But other than these political ads and news yeah,
I know it's a very touchy one.
It's something I haven't really read on because every time I turn the news on, it's like Biden did this, Biden did that.
That's why I avoid the news.
You know they're building the wall again.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Hold on. Okay, walk me through this because I don't understand.
I saw that they were building the wall, and then when people were bitching about everybody like throwing Trump shade for trying to build the wall, because all these kids are dying coming across, from these like migrants and stuff, like, and so they were like, oh, we should probably like make some protection to make sure people aren't dying coming across into the country and everything. And now everybody's like, oh, well, gave Trump shit, but it's okay for Biden to build it. And it's like, I don't know if he's building the actual wall that Trump would have built. I think he's probably just making it harder for people to come in.
Well,
because, like, dude, how stupid is it that people are bringing kids over? It's like a 6,000-mile trip for some people.
How stupid is it that we live in a world that people have to think that they do something like that they need to do that to better their lives? I mean, yeah, that gets real deep real quick there.
Yeah, I was
like,
going to say, like, I don't know. I just don't think, like, I know that lives are rough and everything, but it's like, so you'd risk your kid's life just for a possibility of a better one? When the risk of them dying is like 99.9%.
So here's what I heard from my grandma. And mind you, she's from another generation than us. That's a little
harder.
little harder than us. And she, don't get me wrong, she watches the news every single day. She's always following everything.
Like all the old people
people just do that. Like
60 and above, you're watching Cairo every morning.
They used to still read the newspaper every single day until a couple years ago. Like, they're that kind of old people. But anyway, she was telling me, she's like, most of those kids coming up here aren't even with their families as it is. They're just like...
For real?
Well, I mean, like, it's not even like the parents with their kid coming up there. It's just like the parents sending their kid off with someone else.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's legit. I don't know if it's not. Obviously, I'm not looking into it. But, I mean, that's sketchy as it is. So what... That puts us in a real precarious, like us in the United States, in a real precarious position, because it's like, yeah, we don't, this sounds real bad, but we don't want to take in a whole bunch of illegal immigrants. But if I'm the United States, I'm sitting here going, I'm not going to let a bunch of kids suffer because their parents were just shipping them off without them.
Dumbasses, like, you can say it.
Basically, dumbasses. I'm not going to make the kids suffer because of that. Like, we need to do something for them. So you
put them in cages?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what the solution is.
You know what's sad is some states would rather give homeless people a full hotel to shoot up in, and we couldn't even give kids who have made it across because of their dumbass parents sending them.
And I don't even know, like,
food, water, money.
I mean, it would be great to be able to say, like, okay, put them in the foster care system, but we both know that the United States foster care system
sucks.
Is fucked up. I know people in my own personal life that have gone through that and have been in foster families, and they're just like, it was a horrible experience. And I know one person specifically in my life whose family just, like, basically abandoned her at 14. She literally woke up one day and everyone in her house was gone. Just gone. Like, she went to bed, said goodnight to everyone, woke up the next morning, everyone was gone. Moved out. She was like, what? She was 14.
Damn.
Could you imagine?
She probably went to a shitty house.
Went into foster care. Well, before that, like, she didn't have a great family as it was. Like, her uncle was kind of abusive to her family members, I think. But, yeah, then she went into foster care, and she's been in connection with her foster mom up until now. She's 22 or 3. But either way, she said she's had a tough time, and she's told me firsthand, like, the foster care system is garbage in the U.S. And so it's like, what do you do for these immigrant children then? You don't do you want to put them in the foster care system and try to get them in decent families? Do you try to send them back to their home, to their family? No, you can't really do that.
I don't think there's a lot of decent families out there, dog.
There's really not. And with the thousands and thousands of kids that are coming up,
it's from like people we know and everything, like, and people they know and people I've met across the world and the country, it's just like, dude, it's just like people have really bad growing ups, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of shitty people out there, but you got to imagine there's a lot of good people out there too.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying everybody's like an ass.
Yeah. This is what I think is like, yeah, news has really basically become nothing but murders and this and negativity and break-ins and shootings and drugs and violence and blah, blah, blah. But that's just all that we see because that's all that's reported on.
Because you give a freaking 7-year-old a cell phone.
Well,
Now
that's what I'm
sees
saying
it.
is we see all the negativity. We don't get to see all the positive things that happen every day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because social media is basing what you see on your feed based off your negatory.
Well, that and like the good old news line, if it bleeds, it leads. Remember that? Remember what Terry told us in news class? If it bleeds, it leads, man.
Shout out to Terry.
Yeah, that's how true is that though, is like if something bad is happening, like if there's a this or that or drug dealer killing or if someone's dying or anything, it's like that is the big news story. It's not.
But now it's become who can be first, not who can be
the most correct and report
right.
the best.
Yeah.
That's what we need in this country. We need an outlet that does quick reporting, but not tries to be like, we have to be the first one. I want fast reporting, but accurate and reliable. That's what I think would be the best thing. And a news source that could be totally unbiased, that you can read and you can go, shit, I don't know if they lean left or right.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. You got to have two people or however many start it.
You gotta have people on both sides working at that company for sure.
Well, you got to have both sides, but then you would also have to have those two people absolutely not care. Like zero care whatsoever what people say or do or think about.
True.
Like you would literally have to just like meh.
Why do you say that though?
Because like you said, you're saying totally unbiased.
Yeah.
Well, to be totally unbiased, you have to be that way. You literally have to not care. Like you could care in that.
You're right, because both sides would be calling you the opposite. The
Exactly.
left would be calling you the right.
Because if you're like, oh, like I kind of care about that, from the right side or something, then the left would be like, well, what the heck, dude? And then you'd be like, well, I care about some stuff you guys have. And then the right would be like, well, what the fuck, So
yeah.
Like you would have, those two people would have to be completely, whether they have a belief system, right, left, moderate, libertarian, whatever, they would totally have to not care.
True.
Because then in the small instance of someone posting something and say you or I started it, if you didn't like something, I'd be like, well, fuck you, Cole.
Right. Right.
Like who cares? If you don't care, if we're supposed to be totally unbiased, you're not supposed to care about what that guy posted, whether you liked it or not.
But here's the thing. You would also want to have people from both sides of the argument working for the company as well. So I think you would have to have all three parties there. Someone that's like totally, like you're explaining, doesn't give a shit, central, can understand, like not lean either way. And then I think you need someone that's a little more liberal and someone that's a little more conservative working with you. Because then I think
Dude, to be honest, I don't really think we put a party system into it. I think we just get people with different thoughts and different ways of thinking.
All right. Well, I mean,
because if you were to, as Americans, we got to stop basing everything red, blue, and libertarian.
You're right.
We got to stop doing it. If we're gonna bitch about it, we got to stop doing it.
True.
So when if people start a news outlet like that, it's got to be just, for everyone.
Mm-hmm. You're right. That would be a tough one. That would be. I don't know how you would go about that.
Exactly, because I walk around every time and it's like, well, I'm Republican. Okay, well, I'm, Democratic.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got some guy who's like, I don't really care. Okay, so you're kind of like a libertarian, moderate, like you just don't give a shit.
Right.
So every time. I've never met somebody who's like, I don't care about politics, and then they actually don't really care about politics because the way they live their life is a certain they base their life off of certain ways they've been brought up, and that could be left, that could be right, that could be by themselves.
True.
But if it's by themselves, they definitely got it from somewhere else and just modernized it for themselves.
I like to think that I'm kind of central and don't lean one way or the other, because like here's the way I view things. Like if you like boys, girls, or everything above in between, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're a boy that wants to act like a girl but dresses like a boy, but in your brain you're a girl, but then does a transition and wants to still like boys, that's I don't care. But on the flip side, I support guns. Like I want guns too.
Yeah, but that not every person that supports guns has to be an asshole, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, those are two very different arguments.
There's people out there that use the guns to actually protect their families, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas.
Here's one that
fuck it is
that I like to throw people for a loop with. Personally, I'm not a fan of abortion, but I think that abortion should be totally legal because why not? You know, so. But I'm also a dude, so like from a dude's perspective, you don't really get a fucking say in that one.
Okay. Speaking of abortion, I got a pretty good story. You know
oh God, you can't say speaking of abortion, I've got a pretty good story.
No. It's me. It's about me.
Oh.
Yeah, my grandma.
Even better.
Yeah, my grandma. She's gonna watch this, and all my family members. But my grandma, when my mom was pregnant with me, my grandma was like, "You better not have him." Like,
my God.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she offered to pay my mom to abort me.
To have an abortion? Jesus. And your grandma's told you about this?
Oh,
or
dude.
Your mom did?
Oh, dude, my family's super open. Super open.
I mean, that's cool, but what the fuck?
Because I'm here. Obviously, they didn't go through with it.
But at one point, were you like, what the fuck, Grandma? Were you upset when you first found out?
No, because you don't really... I don't know. To be honest, I wasn't upset. I was like, I could see it though. Cause like,
check this out. I got a good story about abortion.
Oh, dude. Well, cause it's funny, but
I mean, it is. It's just like, what the fuck,
Well,
man?
then after that, my mom decided to keep me, right?
Yeah.
So then
obviously.
Obviously. And so she gives birth, didn't even want to hold me.
Your mom or your grandma?
My mom. My grandma held me.
What?
Yeah, dude.
What, was your mom just like, oh, get that wretched thing out of me. Someone else hold this little shit.
Yeah, she was in labor for like 30-something hours.
Oh, my God. You're horrible, man.
I was an asshole.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't want to come out, dude. It was cozy.
It was cozy.
I had cable TV.
Oh, my God.
Sitting in my recliner.
I had cable TV.
Watching pre-sports before I popped out into the real world.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey, cut that fucking umbilical cable TV.
Then my cable went out, and I was like, nah, they're pulling me.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Never thought that I'd be talking about giving birth like this on a podcast before.
My family's super open.
That's funny.
Super open.
That's really funny.
They're going to message me about that this week.
Jesus.
Man, what the fuck?
Oh,
God. What are you telling people?
Okay, let's I'm done with this one. Turn the tides here. I see you're back on social media. I was flipping through Instagram the other day and I saw it was like Austin AJ Mack or whatever your name is, liked so-and-so's photo. I was like, this guy said he was off social media. What the hell?
Well, I'm still off Facebook. I can't stand Facebook.
What happened?
Just like you said, just too much, negative stuff on social media. Waking up, just being.
But I mean, like, what got you back on Instagram?
Did
you get back on anything else? I mean, you said not Facebook.
No, just Instagram.
So just Instagram.
Yeah, dude, Snapchat was killing me.
Why? What do you mean? Why is that?
I love my friends and everything, but like, I mean, I feel like, including myself, we all post boring stuff.
Well, yeah, but
somebody's like, oh, look at the lunch I'm having right now. You're like, oh wow, it's a sick burger.
Sick burger, bro. So how does that? I mean,
so I got back on Instagram because I want to watch like hockey highlights, Australian rules football highlights. Follow. I wanted the professional social media.
Oh, so you wanted like Instagram models is what you wanted.
Oh no, I just wanted sports. I wanted to be able to watch. You didn't want to
see your trashy friends that are girls be like, "Here's my bikini."
Yeah.
You wanted to see the hot babes that are like, "Here's my bikini, sweetheart."
Yeah, I've realized girls have a lot of bikinis.
Yeah, of course they do.
Like who lets me buy all these bikinis? There's like 200 pairs. I'm like, dude, why?
I'm an Instagram model,
I have like 2 pairs of swim trunks. you know.
I don't even know how to swim, so like, and that's
Really
true fact. Yeah.
I think we talked about that actually.
I took swimming lessons when I was younger, but you throw me in the water and I'm just kind of like, you know, the whole like, hey, spread out, lay on your back, hold your breath, you'll just kind of float there. That's what people tell you to do, just to kind of float on the water, or just kind of like breathe nice and easy.
No, you're not supposed to breathe. You're supposed to.
But like,
and you're supposed to hold your breath. That's what keeps you afloat.
But yeah, but like you see the people that lay there for like 20 minutes that are just kind of floating around and they're just kind of breathing nice and easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to do that. I hold my breath. I do what you say. I get laying back and then my feet start going down. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just lift my feet up. And then my like pelvis starts kind of dipping down right in the center. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I tried doing one of these and then I'm just like, dude, what the? And then I try to swim in, and here's the thing: is like, I took the swimming lessons. I understand the kick and the 1, 2, breathe, 1, 2, breathe kind of thing. Don't fucking work with me. You throw me in the water, and
then you obviously don't understand it because it doesn't work.
I don't know how to swim.
So
you throw me in the water, and I'll drown.
Dude, I'm a Michael Phelps.
You're getting the Olympics, bro.
I'm slapping 18 gold medals for the U.S.
Let's see it, baller.
Well.
Yeah, well, I'm too busy on the soccer field, you know. I'm just an athlete.
Yeah, I'm playing.
Speaking of
Sunday league.
Yeah, how'd your game go today?
Got me back into it. It was good.
Play some footy.
Yeah, we play some football. This one guy actually was like season up. For
those of you out there, we actually mean soccer. We never actually mentioned that. We said footy and football and Sunday league.
Yeah, sorry, but I don't know. Yeah, soccer.
Dude, we're Americans here.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with.
I know you did, but
okay.
Well,
you know why
American.
I said it then? Yeah. Okay. So, the goalie came out for a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, just dropped his shoulder right on the dude's head.
Wait, like he punched the dude?
No, dude was going to put his head down.
To head the ball?
And goalie comes out, lowers his shoulder, wrecks the dude, right? All you see is his head go sideways and then like bounces off the ground. You're like, oh, dude, he's done, right? So he's like laying there holding his face. Well, he actually started choking on his spit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was he okay?
Oh, he started seizing up. Dude, he was like, yeah, he's good. He's fine.
Did that happen today?
Yeah, that was today.
Jesus Christ. Is there even money involved in this league?
We pay. You
don't get paid?
No. Dude, it's just Sunday.
You guys are out there just trying to kill yourselves for fun?
Dude, it's just Sunday league. I have to do something other than just go to work 6 days a week, and then my Sundays are like,
I mean, I get that, but like, okay, just continue.
Bro, ain't nobody hitting me like that.
All right.
I do not get some. Nah.
So this guy ends up being okay, though.
Yeah, so he seizes up, right? And people are like trying to keep his head up and everything. So he starts breathing. They get him water, and he like gets carried off the field. They're like, all right, continue. Like, let's go.
They at least sub in for him?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I didn't want them playing down.
Oh, no, well, and then they got a red card like 10 minutes later. There's
nice.
two red cards today.
Jesus. You guys are mean.
No, three red cards.
You guys are mean.
Two on our team, so it's 10v9 today.
And did you win?
Yeah, we won 1-0.
Nice.
Yep.
You still won.
Yes, we did.
Jesus.
Yep, I don't think we've lost.
Has anything like that happened to you where like you've gone to do something and someone shoulder checks you, or like have you gone up to someone and just like fucking kicked him right in the ankle on purpose? Or because I know, like, don't get me wrong, I'm trash at soccer. I played for 14 years of my life though. I'm still dog shit. Like there's a soccer ball right here and I'm like, soccer. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
But like I can still remember the days though that I'd be running down the field and I'd be like, this guy's right next to me. The ref's looking the other way. The ball's way over there. No one's looking. I'm just going to kick his ankle so he trips and eats the fucking dirt. Like, duh, why wouldn't you? Do you ever do that still? Like, do you remember those moments back in high school soccer?
Yeah, I've had a ton of those moments.
Do you get these moments in Sunday league?
Yeah, but No, actually, not really.
No?
No, because I have guys like
what's the most intense thing that's happened to you in this league so far?
So I've played like 4 games.
All right.
Last week we had a guy who like got in our guy's face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're arguing and everything, and I came up. I was like, all right, you know, like everybody
Do
goes.
they like actually try to fight each other?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So everybody goes their separate ways, right? So I see this guy, the same guy. He's sprinting with the ball down the field, and dude, I don't think it's 60 yards, but my buddies and my dad were like, dude, you made a 60-yard sprint to spear this guy.
Jesus.
Okay, so here's my thinking. He was taking a heavy touch, so I thought if he takes a heavy touch, I'll just steal it, you know,
pushes it out too far in front of himself.
But if he doesn't take a heavy touch, then I'm just going to chill and let him dribble up to me. Dude, he took a heavy touch, but it was like a heavy touch.
So he's putting it. So he's just trying to kick it out and catch up to the ball here.
Yeah. So and he just took way too heavy of one, and I couldn't get it because of the angle I was at, and so I was like, I was already like, I'm gazelle speed, man. I'm gazelle speed. I'm gazelle speed with a giraffe.
If you guys can't tell, this kid's like 6'2", 6'3".
6'2", yeah, 6'2" and a half.
Lanky,
about 180.
Gazelle.
Yeah. So
doing, doing. You're just hucking down the field.
I can't slow down, man. I can't.
Oh man, you're an animal.
So I did what my goalie did today, and
just lowered the shoulder.
I lowered my shoulder and I dropped him, and as soon as he got dropped, he was down for about 5 minutes.
Oh Jesus!
And then today,
was that the end? Did he just lay there and die, or what?
Yeah,
did he get up?
Dude, I thought there was gonna be a fight. I thought like, you know, people were just gonna be like, oh, what the hell, like, dude.
Because this was the guy that got in the fight earlier, almost.
Yeah, like everybody.
Okay.
Nobody said a word. I just walked away. Like I just got up. I kind of Allen Iverson like walked by him, and then and
everyone's like, I ain't fucking with this guy.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of sad.
Fuck out of here.
Because it's kind of funny though. People used to like fuck with you. Remember, people used to fuck with me all the time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like 60 pounds soaking wet.
Oh yeah, I remember you, little boy.
Like, well, in Sunday League, it doesn't happen anymore now because I've like hit a huge growth spurt.
Well, yeah, you go into the gym. You look like you're on fucking steroids over here.
Yeah, for like 20 pounds. But and then this week, this guy, little forward guy, we're running, and he went to go back me up and call for the ball. Well, when he did, he like threw one of these little elbows.
So he's backing you down, kind of like boxing you out.
Yeah, backing me down, boxing me out. And like, I don't like when dudes push us back because then you're just coming more into our zone.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stood there, you know, and he like looked back and he saw I was there. So he went to go throw an elbow and he like bounced off and then was like, hey, bro, I have kids.
What?
And I was like, what? He's like, I have kids and a job. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, did you hit me? No, I didn't hit you. I was like, no, you just backed up into me and you bounced off. He was like, oh, I thought you hit me with like your arm or something.
The fuck?
I was like, damn.
So he was just trying to test the waters, see how much he could give you, and then once you weren't budging, he was like, hey man, I got kids. Back off.
The waters do not get tested very often with me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Well, you see a lot of these Hispanic guys are like 5'6", 5'7".
Okay.
I wouldn't make them that short, but they're 5'7", 5'8".
Do you play with mostly Hispanic folk?
Yeah.
How many other white kids are out there with you?
There was one.
There
was one.
So it's like you, one other white kid, and then just a bunch of...
He's on our team. Yeah. Two.
Do you...
We got two.
Do they all speak Spanish? I mean, obviously they all fucking speak Spanish.
Talking about the white dudes?
No, obviously the Mexicans do, the Hispanic people do, but like...
everything's in Spanish.
So do you understand it?
Nope. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
No?
Nope. Mm-mm.
So how do you...
I'm sorry. What was our Spanish teacher's name? Miss
Keener.
Miss Keener and
Mr.
because I had Mr. McNinch. So
okay.
I apologize. I was a horrible Spanish student, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. So
do they at least understand you if you're like saying cross or
they
pass me the ball?
Yeah, they know English.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're just like hauling ass down the field and they're yelling at you in a language, you're just like, I think you're calling for the ball. You're yelling at me. Here you go.
Yeah. No, they get going sometimes. I'm just like,
did they ever yell to you in English?
No,
not at all. No. They don't like have even part
I've
of
never,
that.
I've never had a dude come up to me and say like "F you" or something like that.
But I mean, like, they don't call for the ball in English or anything like that to you specifically when you have the ball?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do.
That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. That's kind of neat.
Well, I don't know what the fuck, they'd be saying if they were saying, like, pass me the ball. I don't know what the fuck
that's why I think it's kind of interesting is, like, you don't necessarily understand what they're saying while you're playing, but they have the wherewithal to at least, like, once you get the ball, they're like, okay, hey, the white boy's got the ball. Let's talk in English to him for a second.
Yeah, we know what to do for about 15 seconds. So yeah,
that's kind of cool.
When they get the ball, I'm the most vocal.
Okay.
I'm the defender, so I'm the most vocal.
So you're just like running the field. Basically.
I see everything. Yeah, so I'm just letting them know what they can and can't do, like who's coming up on them and stuff. And so like that's pretty much what I do when I'm yelling shit. I'm just like right, left, cross, man on your back, left, right, turn right. I don't know.
Damn. That's kind of cool. I should come watch one of your games. This sounds interesting.
Yeah,
like
they haven't been early in the morning. They've been in the afternoon. So,
damn, nice. Because me, I don't wake up any earlier than like. So speaking of 11 a.m., I can't even fucking get up any earlier than 11, 12 o'clock. So I might not be able to catch any air games unless they're in like the afternoon.
You're gonna have to start training yourself to wake up earlier. Why do you go to bed so late,
dude? Fucking gaming with the boys.
Gaming with the boys, but like, are you guys
4 a.m.
fucking winning anything or like?
We're never not winning, dude. We're
okay. I'm talking like you doing prize money, you doing webcams, you doing.
We're doing.
What the fuck you doing at 4 a.m.?
We're doing winning for the sense of, I don't know,
being fucking winners.
Yeah, because we're winners. That's
so you
why.
kind of just game with the boys till 4 a.m.
Yeah, because we're
when your
just
fucking dad wakes up, pretty much.
Yeah, dad's getting up, and I'm like, oh, gotta go to bed. Flip the light off. Yeah,
back when we were 6.
Don't even remind me of that. Okay. Right. Brings me back to the days that I had my Game Boy Advance, and my mom got me the little squiggly light that went on top, so I could. At night, I could flip my light off and then just sit there and game all night long. And it wouldn't matter because she would come down the hall to check on me, and I'd just be like, boop, pretend I'm sleeping. She's gone. Boop, keep gaming.
We always have to listen to mom's footsteps.
Yep.
And my brother's kind of like half deaf.
Oh, really?
So I always failed us, man.
You're like, come on, man. What the fuck?
What the hell are you doing? I said game's off at 9. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Oh, that's funny.
But, speaking of video games, dude, okay. Oh, man. I gotta get ready for this rant.
You got one for me?
So, my best mate, Dylan.
My best mate.
I call him Dill Dog. Dad calls him Dildo. It's kind of funny. But, so, he was just...
I have a friend named Dylan, and if we don't call him Dildo because he gets fucking pissed if we do.
Right. So he was drinking the other night. We're all playing FIFA. FIFA and EA has had its fuckery where it's like they've scripted games. Like if you're on a 7 or 8 game win streak online against other people, like FIFA will just make you lose that next game or something. They'll be like,
they just script like.
Yeah, like you'll hit the post 7 times or something, or your guy will miss a shot he makes literally like 100% of the time. Like,
are these like tournament money games?
No, they're just regular. They're just regular like
scrubs playing online.
Yeah, like if you lived in Chicago or something, and we just randomly played a regular match.
They're scripting just basic fucking online play.
Yeah. So so there's all this fuckery that goes on. So there's one kid I know from college. I play him. I beat him every time. He's good, but I beat him, okay? It's just simple. I beat him. And
you're just better.
It's not... It's just that, like, I win more than he wins. So it's like...
Fair enough.
Okay? It's like 90-10. Okay? So Dylan plays him. Well, Dylan's like half buzzed or whatever. He's half drunk, so... Maybe full drunk. I don't know.
Maybe full drunk.
Yeah, we don't know where he's sitting at. He's like...
fucking lit.
3 spaced us, but... So him and Pascal, we call him Pascal. They start playing. Well, Dylan beats him. Well, they're like chirping each other, and Dylan's like, "Oh, bro, if I could beat you drunk or half drunk or whatever, then Asta could smack you." And I'm like, bro, why are you bringing me into this? Like, I just wanted to hang in the party, play like,
Bro, why are you talking shit?
yeah, play a game by myself, like do my own thing. And Pascal goes, bet, throw $10 on it. So Dylan throws $10 on it. Bro, I'm winning 4-1 in the 74th minute, right?
Don't you hate that when someone else bets on your behalf and you're like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Drives me nuts, right? Because I didn't want to do. If I didn't want to do it, there's a reason I'm not putting myself in the bet in the first place. So I'm up 4-1, right? The first part of the fuckery was when he scores the next one, and so my goalie like slaps it out or whatever, and then my defender went to go clear it. Well, he kicked it off the goalie's head, and it went into the goal. So I was like, oh man, I was so mad. This dude ends up getting like 4 or 5 more like bullshit goals. So he ends up in the 74th minute, dude. So he ends up getting wrecked the whole game, and then magically comes back in last 10, wins 6-4. Yeah.
What?
Oh, dude, I was.
What?
Oh man, don't hold on. So I'm heated. I'm like kind of pissed now actually. So he's like good GG, and I'm like,
motherfuck your GG.
I'm like, GG, dog, whatever. So I'm like, I'm about to fucking hop off this game because I'm pissed, right? I'm sitting there, and Dylan's like, all right, bye, dude. Sorry, I didn't mean to like ruin your night or whatever. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, double or nothing.
Oh my god.
So Pascal
fucking
goes,
double or nothing.
Pascal goes, all right, double or nothing. I was like, if I win, you give Dylan $20. If I lose, I'll quadruple it. I'll give you 40.
Jesus, quadruple
out of the 10, yeah.
Fuck.
Because I'm pissed. Because I knew I should.
So at this point, you're like, why did you bet on my behalf? Because now I have to bet on my behalf because I'm fucking pissed that I lost.
Now I'm pissed because I should have won.
Jesus.
Okay, so we're sitting there. It's 2-2. Oh fuck. This guy
Sounds like it's a good game.
Oh, dude, it's a good game. It's a good game. 2-2, 83rd minute. This guy has his freaking defender who's like 6'7", has no mobile ability whatsoever, can't hit a fucking shot to save his life. Like he whips in a corner, and I clear it out. He about 25 yards out.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, his center back comes in, side volleys it first time, like with his right foot, top corner, 25 yards
like
out.
Fucking sideways bicycle kind of looking shit.
Yep, like a side volley.
And he fucking hits top corner.
It would never happen in real life. And it happened in the game, and so I lost $40. Oh,
so he ended up winning 3-2.
He ended up winning 3-2.
So is this why you preface this one with the whole? So EA's been scripting games.
Yeah. Well, dude, just
do you feel like you got gypped?
I felt like I got gypped hard on the first one, because then the game I would have been like, okay, GG, like there's you guys pay your $10 or whatever. Don't ever put me in a freaking bet again. But then I get pissed because of the shit that happens in FIFA. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm a way better player than that. And so, like, I just got mad, and I lost more money than I fucking lost $40.
So how does that work? You're winning 4-1 the first game. He gets a lucky second goal. Then does it just snowball from there? And
dude,
it's
it was
like
just
third,
like
fourth, fifth, sixth
yeah,
goal?
he just he kept sending these random 60-yard balls in the air that his strikers would just like bring down, and then they would score, and I'm like, well, what the hell, bro? Like what what happened?
You think that part of this was some EA bullshittery that was like, oh, he's losing, but let's fucking around.
I think the first game was. Second game was a good game, though. I still think that last goal was bullshit. That would have never happened in real life, but touche. He won both games.
Oh, that's
I love you,
rough.
Pascal. And Dylan, don't ever make a freaking bet with me again, dude. Please. Keep your drunk thoughts to yourself, people.
Oh my God! Well, I think that's a perfect note to end this on, because that's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I'm a little heated.
From
I'm a little heated right now. But
how about this? In the next by the next podcast, you play him again, and you come back and tell us how you do. Will you have played it? Do you play him enough to where like you?
No,
can play
dude, I don't play it. Like we don't play often. So when I do play him, I always win. And then like these next 2 games, we finally play each other, because we usually play on the same team, like a pro clubs.
Okay.
Where we get all the boys together and play on one. We have our own made players, and then we'll play as a huge team.
Okay.
So that's usually what we do. And then Dylan just running his drunk mouth got me in a bed, and I was like,
well, how about this? The next time you do play against that guy, you come back and you let us know.
I come back and let you guys know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a better result, to be honest here, because I was pretty red. I got red facial hair, red hair. You know, my face was pretty red. I was looking like Elmo after that game. I was like, I got to go to bed.
You let us know if there's any money on the line next time too.
I'm sure there will be, because a lot of my friends, they don't make bets without money.
All right.
Or some sort of consequence.
Right now you're down 40. You gotta come back and be in the positive, man.
Hey Pascal, next game is 100, right?
Well, even if you gotta chip away at it, like, all right, $20 on this game, so, you gotta come back and be positive.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played FIFA after that, so I was pretty upset.
How long ago was that?
It was a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was pretty pissed. Every time I turn on the Xbox, I see FIFA on the home screen. I'm like, fuck you.
You're like, nope.
Fuck that game.
Alrighty. Well, let's wrap this shit up. Sorry about in the middle there, guys. We had some technical difficulties. The board kind of ran out of memory space, and yeah, so we had to restart it. So that in the middle there where we cut to black and then come back in and start talking again.
We'll get our shit figured out one of these days.
We'll get our shit rolling, and maybe we won't look like a bunch.
Got to be like Joe Rogan, have a bunch of money. And
have you seen his new studio?
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty badass with his big Joe Rogan neon sign behind him. Get the fuck out of here. We need to get there, man. One day.
All right.
Come back in 10 years and we'll be there. See you next time.